Hello and welcome back to Just Good Food. I'm John. This week we're going to do one of my favourite dishes. It's a South Asian dish, chicken biryani. So this dish is a rather special dish. I think originally it was developed for royalty. So it's something that's done for special occasions. I mean, look at the ingredients we've got. The aromas coming from these spices is amazing. We've got beautiful chicken, vegetables, herbs. We've got the yogurt, the rice, milk, the saffron that goes with the milk. It's just a really indulgent dish. So first step is to marinate the chicken. So we've got the natural yogurt. I'm going to grate in the garlic. So for the marinade, I'm using 3 large cloves. So these spices I'm using here, I will be using some of them now and then some of them for the masala sauce later. Then we've got the ginger, just grated as well. Good teaspoon curry powder, teaspoon garam masala, teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of fenugreek, half teaspoon of turmeric. Just mix all them together. Then we're going to add the chicken. And we just coat all of the chicken. To be honest, I don't know why I'm bothering with the spatula. You just need to get your hands into this. Just get that chicken totally coated. And that is going to go in the fridge for at least half an hour, but you better at least an hour, or even better, overnight, just to get them flavours into the chicken. So next step is to fry the onions. I've got 2 whole onions here, which may seem a lot, but the onion is where a lot of the flavour is on this. So I'm doing it in small sort of batches because I want these nice and crispy, nice caramelised brown. So next step is the rice. I'm using a basmati rice, and what I've done is I've washed the rice first by just rinsing it sort of half a dozen times. Then it's soaked for a good half an hour. So we just add that to the water. Then to get some flavours going, I'm going to add cinnamon, star anise and cardamom pods. And then what we're going to do, I'm not going to cook the rice totally. It needs to be about sort of 2/3 cooked because the final cook will be in the dish. So the chicken's been marinating for an hour. So what we're going to do now is just put them onto a baking sheet. I've left the skin on my pieces. You don't have to, but I always think, you know, it's going to add more flavour, and why not use all of the chicken? So these are going to go in a hot oven, 240, 250 degrees. And what we're trying to do in a way is similar to what you do with a tandoori oven. It's just a high heat. We're not cooking the chicken right through because it's still going to cook in the dish. But this is, you just want to cook it till it starts to get golden, and they're going to turn the pieces over halfway through. So it'll take around about 15 minutes for the first side, and then maybe another 10 minutes. So now I'm going to make the masala, or the sauce, for the dish. So I'm just using some ghee. You could use butter, you could use oil, but traditional, and it adds a certain flavour, which when you can smell it there, and it does make a difference. Then the onion. So yes, more onion, one more onion. I've just diced this. So I've just brown that a little bit. Then we're going to add some of these spices. So we've got the caraway seeds, we've got mustard seeds, sorry, not caraway seeds, cumin seeds, mustard seeds, coriander seeds. I always fry them off first because they do need to be fried, and if you start adding a lot more ingredients, then they won't fry off properly. You'll hear them start to pop and burst. That should do nicely. Then we've got more of the grated ginger and the garlic. And don't, make sure you put plenty of this in, especially the ginger. It's going to make a big difference to the flavour. I mean, with any curries it does. It's amazing. If you actually, if you put a lot more of it in, you'll see a real flavour difference. You can just buy it in a jar, like a mixed ginger and garlic, but I always think it doesn't, if you're not using it a lot, it won't keep forever, so, and fresh is always going to be better. Now we've got the other spices, so we've got the paprika, fenugreek, we've got turmeric, we've got garam masala, curry powder and chili powder. Just add all of them in. And we'll just fry them off. Don't take too much. I don't want to burn them. And what I'm going to do there is just add a little bit of stock, which will just stop them burning. So I'm using a chicken stock for this. Makes sense, we're doing chicken. Could use vegetable stock, or you could just use water. It's fine, but you've got to get more flavour if you use a chicken stock. Now we're going to add green chilli. You could use red chilli if you want that extra heat, but I think we've got plenty of heat. And you don't want, if you go too much heat, you're not going to get the flavour the same. And then I've got the 2 chopped tomatoes. And then I'm just going to use half of the fresh coriander. A little bit more stock in there. And then salt. I don't go with too much salt. It does bring out the flavour, but I'm not that much of a salty type person, I suppose. Pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon. And that is starting to smell delicious already. Right, now we're going to add the chicken. So you can see the chicken's nicely browned. So we're going to get a beautiful flavour out of this. Now we just want to sort of coat that chicken in the sauce, just to get them flavours really going. And we can add the rest of the stock. Just make sure you're getting all them spices up off the bottom. And you can just get that to a simmer and just leave it for 10-15 minutes. That's plenty, because we've already mainly cooked the chicken anyway. So 10-15 minutes will be fine. Right, now we've got all these delicious components of the dish, we'll put them together. So we're going to start with some of the fried onions. Just a layer in the bottom. Because the flavour of the onions is really going to come through the rice. Then a layer of rice. Then we've got the, what I've done is the milk that we had at the start and the saffron. So the saffron has been infused into the milk for about an hour and a half. So it goes that beautiful golden yellow colour. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drizzle this over the rice. Don't skimp on it, because we're going to get that beautiful flavour and that nice golden colour into the rice. Then we're going to add our chicken. And then the masala sauce. I don't want to skimp on this, because I think a lot of biryanis are done and they're really dry. To me, it shouldn't be that dry a dish. A little bit of the fresh chopped coriander. And then we'll go with more rice. And saffron milk. Onions. More of the sauce. I'm not going to use all of the sauce on this. I'm going to save some because to me what I'll do is just thicken this up, and when I'm serving it I can then serve some of the sauce on top. A little bit more coriander. Then we'll go with the final layer of the rice. So you can see I've nearly filled this pan, which is exactly what we want. Or you don't have to use a pan like I'm doing. I'm doing a pan, using a pan. It's a shallow pan. It's actually easy for you to see what I'm doing. You could use a deeper casserole. More of the saffron milk. And the last of the onions. And the last bit of the coriander. Then we're going to put a lid on this. What we could do actually, I'll get some tin foil. Now we just put a layer of tin foil in there. It's actually going to help just to give us a slightly better seal on the pan. You could do the same with the casserole dish. Then that's going to go in an oven at 160 degrees for about half an hour. It's just going to, them flavors are then going to come together. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Right, let's see what we've got. The smell of that is absolutely amazing. So we can see it's still nice and moist in there. That looks amazing. This is going to be so good. Let's get this plated up. And that's the final dish, and what an amazing dish this is. Definitely fit for royalty. The aromas, the smell coming from this is out of this world. Beautiful dish. The masala sauce, I've reduced and thickened that so we can just of that over the top of the dish as we're serving it. I'm sort of speechless how good this dish is. You really need to try it. And remember, subscribe to see lots more like this and lots more just good food.